Who is Erich Priebke? Well, for half a century, he was just the owner of a delicatessen in a small town in Argentina. Then one day, a team from ABC News arrived in town and reminded the world of an awful crime that was committed in Rome on 2 days in March 1944.
Senor Priebke, Sam Donaldson of American Television.
Yes,
Senor Priebke.
yes.
It was spring 1993. Sam Donaldson and a crew from Primetime Live arrived in the picturesque town of San Carlos de Bariloche in Argentina. They were reporting a story on Nazis who had escaped after the war. In Bariloche, they found Erich Priebke.
You were in the Gestapo in 1944, were you not? In Rome?
Yes, in Rome, yes.
And nowhere did that story make bigger news than in Rome, where a tomb on the edge of the city holds the remains of 335 people slaughtered by the Nazis. Here, they remember this Erich Priebke, a 31-year-old Nazi intelligence officer, a member of Hitler's SS, a man deeply involved in mass murder.
You were there when they were shot, the civilians.
Yes, the first ones, yes, I saw them, yes.
But why did you shoot them? They had not done anything.
Yes. You know, that was our order. You know, in the war, you know that kind of things happened, you know.
You were just following orders?
Yes, of course, yes, yes. But I didn't shoot anybody.
Didn't shoot anybody? That's not what he said when he gave this statement while being held in a POW camp in 1946. Then Priebke admitted shooting 2 people. I went in with the second or third party and killed a man with an Italian machine pistol. Towards the end, I killed another man with the same machine pistol.
How do you feel inside about what you did?
I feel very bad. Nobody from us wanted to do that, you know.
But you killed civilians in the caves.
No.
You
that
told
was
me you were there.
Yes, I was there, but that was a thing that was ordered by our command.
But orders are not an excuse.
Oh, well, at that time, order was an order, you see.
And you carried it out.
Yeah, I had to carry it out, yes.
And civilians died.
Civilians died, yes. Many civilians died. On all parts in the world, still they are dying.
And now you tell me you feel sorry for it.
Very sorry, very sorry, very sorry.
He is a liar. We think he represents today all the bad that was there. It was a cruelty.
He says he's sorry.
Sorry.
It's not enough.
You say you feel very bad about what happened.
Yes, very bad, really very bad.
Why didn't you stand up then and say, I will not do it. I will not shoot these civilians.
You live in this time, but we that live in 1933. You understand that? Whole Germany wasn't it. Nobody won't speak about it now. But the most part of Germany was Nazi.
You were a Nazi.
I was a young man. I was a Nazi, young man, when I was a young man.
Do you think because you were a young man you should be excused for what you did?
No. Many young men do things when they are old men like me now, they're very sorry about it.
But should old men not pay for the crimes they committed?
Well, we didn't commit a crime. We did what we ordered us, you know. That was not a crime. That was a
Shooting civilians in time of war is against all international conventions.
Today, but not in this time.
So, Priebke participated in a massacre and in torture of civilians. But there's even more.
Did you deport Jews to concentration camps?
You? No, nobody, no.
Never?
No, never.
You never worked with that group?
No, I was to the end in Rome.
Do you consider yourself a war criminal?
No. I never killed a man because he was a Jew, you see.
Well, what does the record say about that? In London, at the Public Records Office, we found files which show that after his escape in 1946, the British, French, Italian, and American governments were all looking for Priebke as a suspected war criminal. In Berlin, the West Germans had allegations that he was involved in the deportation of some 6,000 to 7,000 Jews from Italy to the death camps. And just 2 days ago in Jerusalem, Israeli Holocaust researchers uncovered Gestapo documents from Priebke's office authorizing arrests for Judenaktion, the deportation of Jews under the authority of SS Department 4B, the department headed by Adolf Eichmann, who was eventually kidnapped from Argentina by the Israelis, tried and executed for his crimes.
How do you feel about the fact that 6 million Jews were executed, killed?
Yeah, no, I feel very sorry about it. Very, very sorry, because it's terrible to kill men, women, and children.
But you did it.
No, I didn't. No, I never was against Jews. I'm from Berlin. We lived together in Berlin with many Jews.
Pripke was a captain in the SS. He volunteered for that. He liked Hitler's policy.
Rabbi Marvin Heyer is dean of the Simon Wiesenthal Nazi Hunting Center.
He thought there was something good about the idea that the Jews are the Untermenschen. So it's preposterous for him to look into the camera and say now, oh, no, he likes Jews. He has nothing against Jews. I mean, that's ridiculous.
So why was Erich Pripke not tried on the allegations he had sent Jews to their death? Remember, he escaped. And until we found him, the authorities didn't know where he was. However, now in Berlin, the Pripke file can still be reopened. Ursula Solf is the deputy prosecutor there for the investigation of Nazi crimes.
The fact that he was accused in the past of being responsible for deportations indicates he could eventually be convicted here in Germany.
Now the man has been found. Now the onus is on Germany to say, we're opening the case, we want him extradited, and now's the time for Argentina to say, we're putting him on a plane.
And if Germany should say it wants to try him now, Argentine Foreign Minister Guido de Tella says he's ready.
Well, if someone comes forward and demonstrates that you are harboring someone who is a Nazi war criminal, what action would you take?
We would extradite him.
You would extradite the individual?
Yes, to be judged in whichever country he comes from.
When we talked to Erich Pripke, he did not seem worried. He lives under his own name. He spoke to us freely. But by the end of the interview, he sounded unhappy.
You came over me like that. Not a nice manner you did it. You are not a gentleman.
I'm not a gentleman.
So why not leave Erich Pripke alone to live out his long life unmolested by prosecutors and juries?
Well, first of all, for the future, so that would-be murderers who are born tomorrow won't get the idea that if you're clever enough to hide out, crimes against humanity can be rewarded by society.
But also, Rabbi Heyer adds, for the past. Remember the faces of the doomed victims, and then ask the question, why should the world care? 50 years after a madman and his henchmen inflicted unspeakable horrors on humanity, there is new shame among those who sheltered the criminals.
The phenomenon did exist, was significant. There was connivance, and we're ashamed.
Old anger in those who will never forget.
They have not faced the bar of justice, and time cannot be their refuge.
And unrelenting pain over loved ones lost.
Listen, I don't want revenge, but I want justice. And I will never forgive them. Never.
There is no certainty, of course, that Germany will ask for Erich Pripke's extradition. But at least with Argentina now cooperating, he and thousands of other Nazis who may still be living there must rest less easily. And perhaps for some, there will come a day of reckoning after all. For our part, we'll stay on the case. Did Pope Pius know what was going on?
Oh, of course. But Pius, you must remember, Pius XII was scared to death of communists.
In his steadfast opposition to communism, the Pope welcomed the rise of right-wing regimes all over Europe.
Yes. You know, that was our order. You know, in the war, you know that kind of things happened, you know.
You were just following orders?
Yes, of course, yes. Oh, well, at that time, order was an order, you see.
And you carried it out?
Yeah, I had to carry it out, yes.